Quick shout out to the guy at Domino's who recognized me. All right, he lives like the Domino's is like 2 minutes from my house. They know where I live. I'm scared. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Nerdy Podcast, where we talk about all the latest comic book movie news in the last week or two, or 3 weeks, because I'm really bad at getting everybody together to do these. We got a special show today. We got lots to talk about, and we have returning is Updates in Cinema V.20. I don't know. What's your name again, Sean?
Yeah, you butchered that pretty badly. No, it's all right. It's Updates in Cinema. Yeah, just look that up. That's fine.
By the way, Sean, last time you were here, we had in the last podcast, we had two girls in the podcast. Once you left, both of them said, or at least Alexa said, that you have like the sexiest voice she's heard in a while. So,
hell, just bringing in those women followers that you need, bro.
I appreciate that. Eunice from World of Flash is always returning.
Indeed. What's up, guys?
I don't know why he keeps showing up. I keep telling him no, but he keeps coming.
And all right, he hacked the Skype account, so we can't kick him out either.
I know. It's like that movie Unfriended.
Exactly.
And also, as you guys can hear, Joseph is back from Marvelous Jokes. He's been gone for a while. I thought he was too good for us to be on the show anymore.
I am too good for you. I'm just here for the sympathy, vote.
And our special guest today, a good friend of mine, I've known him for almost 2 years, a year and a half or so, is James Holland. Say hi, man.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Thank you for inviting me to be here.
Yes,
really appreciate it, man.
And that's another guy with another British accent for the girls.
Was there one last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ollie.
I think I saw that.
Every now and
There's
then.
always one. I'm this
Yeah.
episode's British girl.
And for those that
It doesn't work.
For those that
Cozy knows what his listeners wants. I mean,
for those that put two and two together, yes, his last name is Holland. He is Tom Holland's cousin. Hey everyone. And I figured that's just something to point out, but we're not really gonna bring up too much about that. We're gonna talk about movies and not Tom Holland's personal life. Like, what socks is he wearing today?
Stop it! What the hell is going on?
That's a legitimate question. What socks? I need to know.
I mean, last time I checked.
All right. So let's get started here. The quick little promo for Heroic Hollywood. They're a sponsor for the podcast. You can check their website in the link down below. You can check out all the latest movie scoops that they post there, and I'll leave that down below for you guys to check out. And now we can finally get started with episode 10 of Talking Nerdy Podcast, like the iPhone X. We're Talking Nerdy episode X right now, guys. So let's.
Are we actually talking about the iPhone?
No, but we are going to talk about the X Force. That's the first thing I'm going to.
Okay.
Right there.
I'm disappointed. Okay, bye. That's all I was here for.
There's so many memes on the iPhone X right now, but I'm not even bringing that up. We're here to talk about X Force. It gets its own director. Drew Goddard is the director for X Force, and I'm going to kick it off with Sean. What do you think about that?
I gotta kick it off with me, man. Just because I'm the film account. Is that why?
Fine, I'll go first.
All right. No, I got it. So really, he only has one big film under his belt, The Cabin in the Woods, which I don't know if you've seen. I mean, everyone kind of knows that film, right? It kind of broke the horror genre, and for me, absolutely loved it. Yeah, in a great way. So to see what he can do with X-Force, it's going to be a little, off kilter. It's going to be a little bit different, more of like a Deadpool type style. Obviously, Deadpool's going to be in it, but just to have a different type of superhero film, break away from the norm. I'm really excited to see what he brings to the table.
Eunice, what do you think?
I mean, I know he wrote The Martian, I believe. He's one of the writers for The Martian, and I love The Martian. So I'm pretty hyped for that.
He was a producer or a writer on Daredevil, the Netflix series?
I do not know, but I know he was associated with it.
All right, here's my confession. I never finished season 2 of Daredevil. That's
Oh God!
Oh my God!
That was literally
confession of the day.
Joseph Confessions, man, right there.
I finished the first season, and it was
great.
Good, but now I'm watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, I can get that.
I never saw The Flash, so Eunice's head exploded. So.
Everybody's coming at me, man. Damn.
James.
I also never watched the original Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
That's fine.
No, I haven't either.
All right, so James,
I'd
what do you
never
think
watched
about
Green
that?
Lantern. Okay, wait. Go
Are
ahead.
you gonna do a whole list of things you've never seen?
Yeah, wait. I got it right here on my phone. Let me put. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, what do I think about it?
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's
Goddard.
pretty cool. The Martian was a great film. I don't know much about Drew Goddard, but I mean, Daredevil was sick. The Martian. So yeah, I've got high hopes for it.
But he was a writer on The Martian. Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah.
Writer.
Okay. Okay, so up next is actually all the Titans casting news because DC is doing their own streaming service. They're doing a live-action Teen Titans TV show for that streaming service. And now we've got a bunch of casting news, except for my boy Beast Boy. He's the only one I care about. But we have a couple of names here. Nightwing himself has been cast, as well as Starfire. And I actually have their names.
Do I get names?
I got names this time. All right, so Brendan Thwaites is cast as Nightwing. He was in the recent Pirates of the Caribbean movie and Gods of Egypt and a bunch of other stuff, vaguely. But you know, I'm sure he looks the part. We got Minka Kelly joins as Dove, a character I have no idea who it is. Alan Richardson, who people have been talking about him for Shazam, has been cast in this TV show as Hawk. So Hawk and Dove are like a pair; they work together. And for for Starfire, we have Anna Diop for Starfire, and that was a whole little issue by the fact that she's a black actress, and Starfire is orange, and then people forgot that Gamora is green.
I know, right? That's first example comes to mind.
A Dominican actress who's very, very dark skinned playing Gamora. Well, she's Dominican and Puerto Rican, like me.
Yeah, I've met you. You're not.
That was a nice detail. That was very unnecessary.
I gotta keep it real for the ladies. Zoe Sedana, I'm waiting for you. Anyway.
All right.
And then who was the little girl cast as Raven?
Raven.
Yeah, the Raven actress there. What's her name again? I lost that little list.
Tegan Croft.
All right, her. She looks nice and innocent enough, but Raven is not meant to look like that. But we'll see. That's makeup and costume design.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna leave it off to with Eunice. What do you think about the Titans casting?
Well, obviously this is a very, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial cast. You know, there's literally, I think the only person that nobody has had a problem with was Nightwing, and that's because he looks the part. But I mean,
and he's a known actor too as well.
Yeah, he's pretty known, but like from his projects, I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't like them. I didn't like the projects that he was in. Like that, I forgot what was that movie, the one with the Egypt that he was in.
Gods of Egypt. Come on, that was fun. That was cheesy fun.
I just did not like that movie.
I mean, it wasn't fantastic. I was saying it was cheesy fun, is what I call it.
I won't disagree. I did not like Pirates, but I did like him in Pirates. He was pretty okay. He was a pretty okay part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't see Pirates yet, so I can't judge him off Pirates. But like I said, the Gods of Egypt, I didn't really like that movie that much, but I did like him in The Giver, so I'll say that. But I didn't like The Giver that much either.
Yeah, that seems right. I saw The Giver too. Ugh. James, what do you think about the casting of this?
I mean, I'm not really familiar with any of these actors.
Not many of us really are, except for the main.
So honestly, I can't give my judgment because I haven't seen Gods of Egypt. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm just looking it up now. 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I've never seen it, so I can't give my judgment. But yeah.
What about just how the actors look compared to the roles? Have you seen the Teen Titans TV show or any of the original stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of it, yeah, obviously a bit of it's different. But
in the new recent animated movies, the Teen Titans kind of vary in age as opposed to the cartoon where they're all very similar in age. Like now, it's with Young Justice or like the new Teen Titans, it's like Starfire and Nightwing are much older, and then like Raven is much younger.
Yeah, Tegan Croft. Looking up, yeah.
So they're kind of like following that, is what I'm kind of guessing with the new recent movies. I'm just waiting for Beast Boy, man. That's all I care about. That's what I
mean.
Dreamcast is Beast Boy. Go.
I've seen a couple of young kids that've been mentioned, and I'm like, they all look fine. I've seen a lot of them. Most of them are like kind of tan boys.
That's not what I asked.
I don't know names.
The guy I've always wanted was Jake T. Austin, but like they're casting an Asian male for it, so I have no idea who they're gonna cast.
Asian male.
What age are we looking at? What age do we think's appropriate?
I was thinking Hispanic, but whatever. Then Blue Beetle,
I guess they're
Hispanic.
Jake Austin would be actually really good though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Jake T. Austin. I think he can definitely pull it off. But they're looking for an Asian guy, and I do not know what age, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna go with the same age as Raven, and they're gonna have Nightwing and Starfire like as the older people in the group.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
I
next
think that
up,
I think sorry, can I just
yeah, go ahead.
Beast Boy, he kind of looks like Thomas Brody Sangster. I know he's kind of maybe a bit old for that, but I don't know.
Thomas Brody Sangster. He can. Oh wait, that's he. Well, he voiced Ferb in Phineas and Ferb. He was in the Maze Runner. Yeah, you know what you're talking
Maze
about.
Runner guy.
Yeah, the Maze Runner.
He's kind of
yeah.
tall and old though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends like what kind of age you're going for, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so up
No,
next.
you can definitely.
What?
Isn't he like in his 20s, but he looks like he's 14?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's one of those actors.
You know who else looks like he's 14 and he's 20?
Me.
was gonna say that,
a
like,
certain web slinger. Zinger got him. All right, let's move on. Moving on. Star Wars. We got a couple things going on with Star Wars right now. Colin Trevorrow, who did Jurassic World and has been slated for Episode 9 to direct it this whole time for the last 2 years, has now dropped out for what they call creative differences, whatever that means. It can be almost anything. And then J.J. Abrams, not even a day later or a day or two later, steps back in. Now he's back into the directing chair for the Episode 9. And it's also been pushed back to December. Now, I don't think it was pushed back because of the switch of directors. I think it was pushed back for Aladdin, maybe, but we'll talk about that later on. But because December is a good month for Star Wars. It's just there's barely any competition. I mean, December 2019 is what, Avatar? And they're probably going to move again. They always keep moving.
It's pretty early to tell what's coming out 2 years from now, so we'll see.
They've been saying Avatar 2 for like the last 5 years.
The Minecraft film.
The Minecraft film?
Oh,
that's going to ruin the box office.
Oh, is that coming in December? Wow. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I'd see that over Star Wars every day.
Oh my gosh. All right, so
yeah.
You guys have any thoughts on this whole Star Wars thing, this director switch at all? I mean, not so much the release date moving, it's really not that big of an issue.
You know me and Star Wars. You know I don't watch Star Wars, but yeah, you guys can crucify me on that. I've gotten it so many times. I've gotten used to it. But, I mean, maybe I'll get into it, but for now, I can't really state an opinion on it.
Mm-hmm. Sean?
Yeah, I would say I feel like the common theme here is that Lucasfilm kind of has a direction or a vision of their film, so they get these other directors to come in or whoever, and they kind of have a different idea of where they want to take it, and they're immediately kind of being shot down, and that's where you're seeing this particular director leave. That's why you saw the brothers leave on the Han Solo film. It's just like so I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. It's like I said, they have a vision. They're good at what they do. Obviously, they're very successful, but they're kind of hindering these other creative ideas because they have a set idea of what it wants to be. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air with it. I really hope that this doesn't end up being kind of like a rehash of Empire Strikes Back, right? Or sorry, Return of the Jedi.
What? You don't like Return of the Jedi?
I don't want it to be a rehash. That's what I'm saying. Kind of how like, The Force Awakens was a little bit very similar to how the first Star Wars film was. So,
and honestly, after watching the trailer for Episode 8, I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's a lot of things that remind me here of Episode 7 or 5. Episode 5.
Yeah.
Like even the walkers and everything, man.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's nostalgic. That's what people love it. They know it works. So they're like, hey, how can we tweak it, twist it to be just different enough where we can get by? You know what I mean? So they're not really doing anything different. But like I said, I'll reserve judgment. I'll wait and see. I love The Force Awakens. So yeah.
Yeah, just like the thing you said there about these studios just holding on to their properties legally, and I mean for our rights, it is their property. They have the right to do whatever they want with it. And the thing is, if you look at Star Wars, they've had these issues with directors and a couple issues being, I mean, Hollywood is Hollywood. These things happen all the time. But we're seeing an increase in it, or maybe we're just seeing more an increase in the awareness of it because of social media and the internet now. And, you know, these studios own these rights and they can do what they want with them. And the thing is, with Star Wars, the Rogue One had tons of issues. Episode 7 had tons of issues. Episode 8 is having, obviously, a lot of issues. And so is Episode 9, especially with the passing of Carrie Fisher. But all these things going on, and yet these movies, these at least two so far, Episode 7 and Rogue One, have come out and been really, really good. But when you hear of, like, Fox having issues with holding tightly on their properties, it's like, it's just a mess every single time. Marvel Studios themselves have done these same things. That's what happened with Ant-Man as well. It happens. I've heard stories about that with Marvel Studios, how they are, and because that's they have a goal, they have a way they want to go, and if your vision does not line up with theirs, then they will mutually separate. That's professionally speaking, that's how they should go, and that's what happens a lot of times. I just sometimes don't understand, especially with Han Solo, how they can be so far along with production of something and then just like, no, you're fired because you've been going away from the project so much. Like that Han Solo, the director's leaving supposedly 2 weeks before, it ended, was like, what? Like the craziest thing I've heard. And
I was just waiting. I was waiting for them to be announced for the Flash directors because rumors have had it. Like they went and met with Warner Brothers for that, but then like nothing ever happened ever.
They had a meeting before leaving Han Solo, and then nothing ever happened with that. You're right. But that's something else right now. Then Ron Howard comes in for Han Solo. Now he's doing around Han Solo. A certain actor could not return for the reshoots, so they actually cut him out of the movie. I don't remember what his name was.
The guy from he does a lot of the HBO shows like Boardwalk Empire and
he couldn't return, so they had to cut him out of
so
the movie.
Good, still.
And then not even a couple of days ago, Paul Bettany has been added to the cast, and when Ron Howard joined the production of this movie, there was only 2 weeks left of production, and now we're obviously doing a lot of extensive reshoots. And like it's shaping into a whole other movie, similar to what's going on with Justice League as well. But I mean, that's something else. It's just kind of crazy how the Hollywood landscape changes so sporadically in just a day. You never know what's going to happen or what's going to be released. So speaking of Justice League, we have a new image of Barry Allen himself, Ezra Miller,
with Rick and Morty in the background.
Well,
Rick and Morty in the background, yes.
Rick and Morty was in the background in the trailer too. It's just an official image of it. And now we can see his.
I didn't actually see that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Rick and Morty. I saw it was a cartoon, but now I look at it closer, I can see like Summer.
Yeah, it's Summer and Rick punching Satan.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that you get the image, you can actually see his first favorite chair as opposed to his second favorite chair that Ben Affleck is sitting in.
Exactly.
You can see Nikola Tesla as well in the foreground, which
the only reason I want to bring this up is because obviously Eunice is here and he just freaking loves the Flash, whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out why or how does this guy have such an extensive garage or warehouse, wherever it is.
Well,
it's Barry Allen.
Where is his guy in the chair?
Well,
he is the guy in the chair for himself. He can do both things at once.
He's so fast. He is his own guy.
Exactly.
Ahead,
so the question is, who's got the better setup? Is it Flash or is it Batman? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, okay, does Batman have Rick and Morty playing on loop?
No,
I don't think so.
No, so there it is.
Problem solved.
Yeah,
that's your answer.
Eunice, what do you got to say about the image?
Well, everybody's asking how did he get all this tech? Where did he get the money from and everything?
He stole it, obviously. Yep.
Yeah, no, stealing is definitely probably what happened because they said with his suit, he went to NASA and stole like spacecrafts and stuff like for his suit and materials. So he definitely stole it. But maybe, CSI is giving him some money. But like, I think stealing it would be pretty like.
Damn, he should be in the Suicide Squad if he's a bad guy, guys.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, he can stop a robbery, but at the same time, he's robbing himself. But like I said, that's what Zack Snyder does. Zack Snyder is known for doing stuff like that. He can kill people, but he stops killers, and I'm talking about Batman right there. But yeah, you guys know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. It's all about who you kill, people. Remember that, kids.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So next thing up is Wonder Woman news. We have Patty Jenkins officially returning for director. She's finally officially returning.
God.
Hype.
Yep, and some bad news, but I don't view it as bad news specifically. Is that the writer of
Learn to speak. You're on a podcast. Goodness gracious.
Listen, the writer of The Expendables is actually joining the sequel for Wonder Woman. He's writing Wonder Woman. And I mean, people immediately started freaking out about it. And I'm like, I looked at it in two separate things about it. I'm like, one, obviously the dude knows how to write action. That's one thing. You can't take that away. And two, movies have multiple writers. It's not like he's going to be writing all the serious parts. I'm sure they'll have other writers joining in.
I never watched The Expendables.
I love The Expendables. It was really cool.
I mean, what I think about it,
Yeah.
I mean, the movie studios, they aren't idiots. They don't just cast people randomly to write and direct. So I mean, they'll obviously have a reason for like choosing him to write this. I think you just got to have a bit of faith. I know faith's been lacking recently, but I mean, the first Wonder Woman was good. They obviously want to continue in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, just to point out something in the direction of Spider-Man real quickly. When Spider-Man Homecoming was in development, they got the writers of Vacation to do that, and everyone was like, no. And yet Spider-Man Homecoming was an okay film. Don't you think so, James? I think it was pretty good.
I also have a confession to make. I've only seen it once.
I've seen it 3 times in the theater. 3 times.
I think it. Oh, jeez.
I should be his cousin, not you.
I've been trying to see it so many more times, but I've just been so busy that I've been trying to find space like to actually go and see it again, and I really need to before it leaves cinemas.
Did you see it at the premiere? At the
so
World
I didn't see
premiere?
it. There wasn't no. So I didn't go out to America, and there wasn't one in England. What there was like a private screening, at like the Sony headquarters things in June. So I went to that. But there wasn't a premiere, and I wasn't flown out. No, but yeah.
By the way, I'm still super salty about the fact that you came to New York City once, and you never told me. You were with Tom Holland. You were in New York City, and I told you, if you ever came to New York, let me know, and I will drive over. I'm 2 hours away. I will be there. And he didn't let me know until the night he was leaving. It was like 2 hours before he was leaving.
No. I was posting photos of it, and you were following me.
Yeah, exactly. And I was liking the photos and not realizing you were in New York for a whole week. I was liking his photos. And
man, even I let him know when I was in New York. I never talked to him.
Yeah, see, Joseph is ride or die. He let me know when he was in New York, and he came and hung out with me.
I let you know like 2 weeks before I went.
Oh, see,
but I posted a video like of the plane landing in JFK Airport.
Listen, I need like
all airports
slapped
look the
across
same.
the face sometimes. Like, yo, I'm in New York.
I had the geotag. It said JFK International Airport. Oh my god,
that's probably when I ended up realizing it too. When I was like, I went on your page or something. What are these photos? I went on this page and I'm like, oh snap, he's in New York. I messaged him and he goes, yeah, I'm here with Tom Holland and the family. And I'm like,
you messaged me when I was like driving to the airport to go back. So.
And I was like, yo, let me drive over there right now and I get to hang out with you. And I'm like, and then what is it? You're like, oh, I'm heading to the airport now.
My flight's in 2 hours or whatever it was. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, man, I was so salty about that.
That sucks. Next time, Jose.
Yeah, next time, right? I'm gonna go to London and not tell him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm that.
Do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Next topic. Terminator 6, people. We're going back to that well of despair. Tim Miller. Tim Miller is being drafted, I guess you can say.
Terminator 6 is going to have, what's it called, like Arnold in it, everybody's back? Or what? Like, who's back?
I don't know nothing about it. I don't read.
So, yeah.
I'm one of those people that just looked at the title and then just post about it and not research it.
I didn't.
From what I hear, Arnie's back, but in that way of... So when we first see Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, right? You're like, he's this big ass dude, and you don't know where they got that likeness from. So apparently, this is kind of gonna talk about or reveal why Skynet decided to use his physique or his appearance to look like that Terminator. And like we see in the other films, I guess there's like a ton of Arnold Schwarzeneggers. Like you can see him kind of being built or made. I guess they're gonna kind of reveal why they chose him to
because he's big as hell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
It doesn't need a backstory for that. You don't need a backstory.
Well, apparently that's going to be part of the story, and that's why they're going to shoehorn him into the film. Do I think he needs to be in the film? No, I feel like we kind of need to move past that.
I don't know why the Terminator Salvation did badly. I really liked it.
Yeah, I actually didn't watch that one.
Wait, which one?
I didn't know there was 6.
With Christian Bale.
Oh, sorry. You're right.
I didn't watch that one either.
I actually really liked that one. I don't know why I didn't do good, but I guess it's just not a good movie. I'm just blind or something.
Yeah, but what I'm excited about is that James Cameron's back to produce, and he's got a vision for it. He wants to make it his own. Not what?
Produce produce could literally mean you show up for one meeting. That's it. I mean, James Cameron is known for being very, very, involved. But the thing is, he's got like 17 Avatar movies to keep pushing back. So like,
no, absolutely. But from what I'm reading, from what I'm seeing, he's very involved in this. Though he wants to kind of reclaim those rights because he saw what was happening with the other films, and it wasn't for him. He wasn't really liking it, so he really wants to, be hands on, even though it is going to be directed by someone else.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, I don't know. It's like one of those franchises where it just never dies, no matter how bad or good the movies are. So, I mean, like, what's it called? Like what James said, always have faith. So I'm going to have faith in this one, I guess.
All right, take a quick break right here. We actually have a new person joining us. This is from Instagram and his own podcast as well, the Nice Guy Cast. What's up, man?
What's good, fellas?
Nice.
Hey.
What is your actual real name, by the way?
Hey, man.
What's up, man? How you guys doing? My real name is Scudden, but people can't pronounce that, so I gave myself a white name.
Ooh,
Call myself, I call myself
Scott.
Keith now.
I was gonna call you Carrie, but okay.
That is the whitest name you could have given yourself too.
Purposely.
So, do you want us to call you Keith? I was gonna go with Karan, but whatever.
I mean, you just don't call me Karen. Anything other than Karen.
I was gonna go with Carrie, but all right.
Carrie's not bad. I think I prefer Carrie over Karen.
Wow, Karen, you're right. Karan, Karen. Wow, okay.
But
so
I've been
Keith.
called like Corinne.
Corinne.
Corinne. So I'm like, yo, man, screw all that. Just call me Keith,
All right,
and we
Keith
can
it
just
is.
keep it. All right. How you guys doing?
So you're welcome to the Nerdy Talking Nerdy podcast, episode 10.
Thank you for having me, man.
Mm-hmm. You still haven't had me on your podcast. I'm still very upset about that.
You're a busy guy. You're a busy guy, man. Instagram's been doing you dirty, so.
Don't bring that up again. Listen, so we just talked about the Tim Miller going on Terminator. And
Okay.
you can bring up your thoughts on this. You just joined us. We're about to end that topic. Okay.
I don't know. Does anybody really care about Terminator still?
No. Not particularly.
Sean, say again the premise to Keith.
I don't know if it's really the premise, but at least the reason why Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming back is to kind of showcase where they got his likeness from and why Skynet ended up choosing that particular person to kind of embody all their robots moving forward into the humanoid form. But am I excited for it? I don't know. It's like one of those things that you said. It never dies.
They're stretching for it, man.
Yeah.
They're really stretching. I mean, I enjoyed the world that they built. I think it was actually better received in the 90s when you were entering the Y2K. Everyone didn't know what was going to happen. It was kind of in fear of technology, really. And now we're kind of past that point. Everyone's really embracing technology. So I don't know. They really got to go
embracing technology until it's our undoing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Skynet, speaking of Skynet, that new Face ID stuff that is directly out of Terminator.
We already made our iPhone X jokes in the beginning.
Oh, you guys did? Okay, I missed those, but all right.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, okay, so what's next on that topic is Paul. Oh, we already talked about Paul Bettany joining the cast of Han Solo, I guess.
Han Solo
but
cast, yeah.
Vision, the new image of Paul Bettany posted of Vision. People are commenting and saying, "Why does Vision have glasses? What's he doing on there?" And then they don't read the caption.
I think that's
that he
just
said.
Paul Bettany.
That's just Paul Bettany in costume, but he does wear glasses when he's writing and reading. He's not. It's a behind the scenes pic of him just sitting down. It's not him in the scene. People really legit misinterpreted that.
All right, wait. I have a question. Doesn't he have an Infinity Stone in him or something like that?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
All
right, so
we've talked about this before, man.
They're filming 2 right now, correct?
Avengers 4.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, I said 2. Wow. They're filming Avengers 4.
So Age of Ultron, they're filming it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What I'm trying to say is like, so he doesn't die. Like people thought he would be like the first one to die since he has the Infinity Stone in
I've been saying
him.
it from day one, man. That Vision will not die. I bet he will like lose his power and they'll just be there, or that he will just be turned off and that's it. Like
Okay, that's basically the same as dying, though.
But they can
Just
put it back
getting
in him,
turned
and
off.
then he'll be like, "What's up? I'm back."
But they're all gonna die. Thanos is gonna kill all of them.
Spoiler alert.
He's in the costume right now. He has a suit on. Everything, right? Was it like he had the makeup and everything?
But in Avengers 3, in the set photos, he's in Paul Bettany attire. He's back like normal with Scarlet Vision. So we really have no idea what's going on.
They're freaking everything up, man.
What if when they told everybody they're filming Avengers 3, they actually filmed Avengers 4, and then when they're filming Avengers 4, they're actually filming Avengers 3.
That was they're not that big.
I don't know. He could actually be dead. It could just be that he just still wants to be part of the gang, so he's just gone along and dressed up just so he feels part of Avengers 4.
Or they're bringing him on set and showing him around, taking pictures just to make it look like he's not dead, and then he actually is dead.
Or maybe that was just a picture from when they were filming back then.
That's quite meta.
All right.
Listen, he's just as useful as Hawkeye and Black Widow still, so it's fine.
Listen, a Vision without his Infinity Stone is as good as a table. All right.
Damn. Oh my god.
All right. So now we have a new because of Star Wars moving back to December. Now Disney is taking that spot, and it's May 24th, 2019 is now going to be where Aladdin, the live action, releases. And the cast themselves.
I'm the only one excited about that. I'm so
excited. I'm hyped. I like that.
Listen, one of the main reasons why I'm excited is because my fan cast came true, and Naomi Scott became Princess Jasmine. So I'm happy. Man. I'm happy.
And he's excited because he commented that on this podcast like right before the news came out.
All right, I really want to ask you guys: have any of the live action Disney movies been good? Because I was really disappointed with Jungle Book.
Why the fuck you lying?
What?
I actually
like Jungle Book.
Jungle Book was awesome. Cinderella was okay. Maleficent, I don't care for it. They're making a sequel, but I didn't put that on the list. I think.
How was Beauty and the Beast? Because I didn't.
I haven't actually seen Beauty.
I think Cinderella was good. Better.
Yeah.
I think Cinderella was.
Yeah,
better.
Beauty and the Beast was just okay.
Because now you're getting into
bad.
Like. You're getting into OG territory with Aladdin and Lion King. What if both of those?
Just Jungle. Okay, it's,
nah.
I'm worried if you.
So John Favreau's coming. John Favreau is what is he directing for it?
Yeah, that's
directing Lion King.
I'm worried for you, Keith or Karan, that you're not gonna like Lion King because it's gonna be the same technology. It's gonna be the same director. Probably a lot of the same crew.
You guys really like Jungle Book for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's my favorite live action Disney remake.
I thought. Yeah, right. But all right, so for Aladdin,
what? Good.
Oh God.
Tom Cruise is Aladdin. That's the cast.
That's not whitewashing at all.
Perfect. Yeah, but the reason why I'm excited for Aladdin is Guy Ritchie. He is one of my favorite directors. He has some hit and misses for sure, but I mean, I still remember seeing Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels way back, and it really got me. It's the first time I probably would have saw like a film that was a little bit different as far as narrative wise. He's a phenomenal editor, storyteller, and to have this be like a street kid hustling and whatnot, that's what he does. That's his thing. So I feel he's gonna kill it.
Did you guys like King Arthur?
Yeah.
I really like King Arthur. I liked
it. I like his
style.
He
didn't deserve the hate that I got, and like I said, some of the editing techniques and the way he told that story was phenomenal. It stood out for me.
I like King Arthur.
We need editing techniques in the DCEU, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Guy Ritchie for The Flash. Have fun.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah. Listen, I really liked his Sherlock Holmes.
At this point, Eunice will take anyone for The Flash. Eunice just wants somebody.
Yo, hey, Eunice, Michael Bay.
Oh my God.
Listen, anybody but Michael Bay, man. Anybody.
All right. Let's move on. New Mutants is ending its or getting close to finishing production right now. The director posted the set photo, and I don't know how many people really realize that this is not just gonna be an X-Men movie. It's gonna be called New Mutants and all. It's gonna be a horror movie, and the photo he posted of the what's the thing called where they like action and you click that thing? Sean,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sean,
that thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
the black and white.
What'd you say, James?
Sorry, I didn't say anything.
Oh. I just wanted to hear your voice again. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll just slowly grumble in the background throughout the whole thing.
Oh man.
We'll get more female followers doing that.
James is really thinking about Michael Bay directing The Flash right now.
He's
zoning out to Michael Bay directing a Flash movie.
Okay, so logo that was on that little blocking thing that they use, it says the New Mutants logo on it, but it's like spattered with blood and all that, and it makes you kind of reminds you that this is really going to be a horror movie. And I don't know if they're going to go rated R with it or not. I'm really excited, mostly just because Maisie Williams is in it, and I'm in love with her, even though she's obviously young and I'm old. But I love her in the Game of Thrones, basically. She's awesome. And the cast for that is actually looking pretty good, too, so.
See, I'm on the opposite. I like Anna, what's her name? Anna Taylor.
From Split?
I'm totally blanking. Isn't she in it?
It's from Split. Yeah, she's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gorgeous, too, obviously.
Yeah, well, no, I think she's phenomenal. I think she's going to be one of those up-and-coming that just really blows. I mean, everything she's done so far has been absolutely amazing, so.
You see, Sean talks about their acting ability. I'm over here like, she's pretty.
she's hot. Sorry.
All right, Eunice, you got anything to say for New Mutants?
No, not really. I just there's a lot of like X-Men projects coming along, so I'll be watching.
X-Men movies coming out next year.
Yeah. I didn't watch Legion yet, and I heard very good things about that, so I'll be watching that soon.
You need to watch Legion. Legion's phenomenal.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah.
I know. I'm almost caught up on Game of Thrones. I'm almost caught up. So.
My mommy doesn't let me watch Game of Thrones, but she watches it. So.
It's because of all the sex and incest. Anyway.
I'm 15, okay?
You're not ready yet.
It happens.
James, what do you think about New Mutants?
I mean, the logo's super cool. It looks really cool. But about the horror movie thing, I mean, a lot of films advertise themselves as being almost horror movies before their release. I remember Civil War did that a couple months before its release. They said there's going to be a kind of psychological horror thriller almost thing. Do you know?
Psychological thriller is what they called it. I remember them saying that.
Yeah.
They didn't say horror. I think there was some things that they said about horror.
Being like
right, there was something
wrenching, almost like
emotional horrors.
Something like that. I can't remember exactly how it was phrased, but I think when they're saying they're making a full-fledged horror movie, I don't think it will be a horror movie. I think it's just a sort of way of putting it to sort of show it's emotional. It won't be like a scary, like, you know. But
I really think it will be. I really hope it does stick to that, because I want them to make this comic book, an X-Men movie that's gonna be or a comic movie that's gonna be made into a horror of this, of these kids. First of all, these kid movies and horrors are doing really well, because Stranger Things was great, and that's obviously a show, but
I love
it as well was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So
I haven't seen.
I've not seen that yet. Same.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. So somebody reviewed it, or I read a review that said they turned it into a kids movie, which is why they didn't like it. Is that accurate for anyone who's seen it?
It's not true at all. First of all, it's not a kids movie, and if you're familiar with the source material, it's more akin to that.
That's what I thought as well. But that's what the review mentioned, is that they didn't like this particular interpretation.
Well, you need to go ahead and unsubscribe to that person. Or just
yeah, that guy. No, listen, that was the most random water drop sound effect I've heard out of nowhere.
Very pronounced, yeah.
All right, so yeah, the movie is based around all the kids, and I'm reading the book right now. I'm actually reading the book. Okay, I'm listening to the audiobook. I don't know how to read, but either way, it's just that so far the first couple chapters is all the adults coming together, and I just started hearing about their childhood. They just started talking about it. It's only been a few chapters in. Each chapter is like 3 hours long. So so far it's mostly just adults, and they're just remembering briefly certain things. And the movie itself is just all of them as kids so far, and it's awesome. And I'm really excited for the sequel, even though, why are we talking about this movie? It's not on the list. Anyway, I'm excited for the sequel, and they said all the kids are returning for the sequel, and they're going to be used as flashbacks for, the adult stories, the adult side of the story.
Okay.
So I'm hyped. I'm excited. That movie was phenomenal, man. Jeez. And it was so funny, too. It was so funny.
It was perfect. It was a perfect amount of comedy, like horror, thriller. It was perfect. I mean, not perfect, but it was really good. I loved it.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard he stole the show. The kid from Stranger Things.
Finn Wolfhard is the interpretation. Like
he's the GOAT.
Perfect for Watson.
He was the GOAT. People, I remember hearing a review of it saying that when Finn Wolfhard was cast, they were worried because his character in Stranger Things is nothing like Richie from the book or it itself. And when you watch him, he nailed it. He's a smart mouth talking trash. Like, how many dick jokes can this kid make in one movie? My gosh.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And he has the best line. No, the best line has to be, this is a gazebo. That's probably the best line in the whole movie. But the other one was like, you made me travel to this way, and now I have to kill this effing clown right here. That was
oh, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I remember that.
And also, man, why'd I draw the short straw? If this is a dick measuring contest, I'd be fine. Oh, man, he was awesome.
No fun intended, but like he was funny.
Didn't.
You ready there?
All right, next. Oh, we good? All right. We only have 1, 2, 3, 5 topics left. Real quickly here. Jessica Chastain has now come out and said that she is not playing Lilandra in the Dark Phoenix X-Men movie coming out. Last time we had the podcast, a podcast or two ago, whatever, we said that she was going to be playing Lilandra. That's what it was being reported as, and then now she said no, she's not.
Like she came out and said a flat forward. She's like, "All right, you guys want a scoop? Here, I'm not playing Lilandra." I was like, "Oh shit, damn!" She came out and said it right away. So I have no idea what they're gonna do.
Didn't she like delete that though right away as well? Maybe like she having like a tongue-in-cheek type of deal where I don't know.
I mean,
I have no idea. I remember reading that.
Studios get real nervous when people just directly say yes or no to something. They like to keep very generalized political answers to everything. So she probably said the truth. She's not playing Lilandra, but they're like, no, don't let them think that, or don't let them know that you're not, because then they'll find out what you really are. That's deep. That was deep, man. I could get that tattooed. Don't let them
like you guys were saying about Terminator, about it going on. You know how I feel about X-Men. It's like, I can take or leave it.
Really? I'm kind of like that too, a little bit, but I really enjoyed it, especially with Logan, Deadpool, and First Class.
But see exactly what you're saying with Logan and Deadpool, right? These are superheroes now that are kind of transcending what superhero films are, right? They're doing something different. And with these other films, they haven't quite got there yet. So that's why I'm hoping they do something, because we're starting to get oversaturated with superheroes. And if you don't do something different or new, it's just kind of forgettable. Like Apocalypse for me was very forgettable.
James, you got anything to add to this?
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing. I mean, to the actress, whether she's playing or not doesn't really bother me.
You're indifferent until Spider-Man joins the X-Men.
I mean, she's been in some pretty good movies. She's had some good roles, especially in Interstellar. Definitely one of the strikes as being a great role. If she's not playing it, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all. They'll find another actress.
Well, no, it's not that she's not gonna be in the movie. She's in the movie. She's just not saying what role she has.
To play Lilandra. Yeah.
She's not playing Lilandra, but she's in the movie.
Yeah.
She needs to be grown up Beverly from It.
She does need to be Beverly from It for the sequel. Anyway, Keith, what do you got for Lilandra's news here?
I'm the same, man. I'm indifferent. The superhero fatigue stuff is a really interesting conversation because at some point, even with the DCEU now slowly getting into the position of figuring out what exactly it is, even if they do end up putting out really great movies, are people really just tired of superhero movies?
I remember saying that the DCEU was figuring out what it's going to be 2 years ago, and we're still here.
We're still at the same thing.
And I remember when the MCU had started 2 years earlier, and then the DCU was about to start with Man of Steel and all that, and then everyone's like, "Oh, DCU is gonna catch up. Don't worry, it's gonna be just fine." And it's been almost 10 years since the MCU started, and DCU is still here just hobbling, we got Wonder Woman, we got one.
They're killing us, Jose. This wasn't a part of the plan.
Listen, let's talk about some DC topics real quick, because what the hell is going on? All right, so let's break it out here. Suicide
Squad 2. You see how I set
2.
that segue up for you?
Yeah, right. Beautiful.
They call that an alley oop.
Wow. Wow. Oh, I don't know where to go. I think I'm stuck.
Suicide Squad 2 director.
Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Gavin O'Connor.
Wow. All right. So we got Gavin O'Connor is now gonna be. He did the Accountant, which is an awesome movie with Ben Affleck and all that. He's directing Suicide Squad 2. Okay. All right. Not bad. All right. Then we got Joker and Harley Quinn movie with Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. That's still happening. That's happening now. All right, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm not done yet. Hold on. I'm not done.
You know what, Michael? You know what? Michael Bay needs to direct that movie. Cause
you know what? Might as well. Why not? All right.
I'm there.
Now we got that. So was that replacing Gotham City Sirens? For a second, that was a thought, and then nope, it's not. It's not. What's his name? David Ayer is still attached to the Gotham City Sirens, and that is happening with the Birds of Prey and whatever in Harley Quinn. Okay, well, I actually like the Gotham City Sirens idea. I actually kind of low-key like it. So we got that, and we got the Joker and Harley Quinn movie. I don't know why we have that, but we got that. Let's call it. This is going to be a 50 Shades of Grey remake.
Talk about a workplace romance gone wrong. They became the king and queen of Gotham City.
And God help anyone who disrespected the queen.
Blah, blah, blah. All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
Desire becomes surrender. Surrender becomes power.
We're bad guys. That's what we do.
Harley Quinn.
You want this?
I can't wait to show you my toys.
What are you gonna do? You gonna kill me, Mr. J?
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
We got Suicide Squad 2. All right, I'm not done yet because out of nowhere, we now have a Joker origin movie that's not in the DCEU, and it's gonna
But it is Jared Leto.
And it's not Jared Leto. It's not. Here's the thing. That's the what the F moment right there. But we got some good news in this big turd ball. That's a Joker origin movie. Is that the director is going to be the guy who did The Hangover, which is all right. That's
Okay.
But producer is Martin Scorsese. Now that is
Yes,
the only
please.
saving grace.
Yo, with the Joker movie?
That because my first thing I went to my head was freaking Wolf of Wall Street, but that's why
That's the
everyone's
first thing you think of when you hear the name Martin Scorsese. That movie.
You can also think about Casino, and you can think about was it Goodfellas as well. You can think of a lot of things. All right, but I'm just saying that's the first
Gotham
thing.
City. A Gotham City Wolf of Wall Street featuring the Joker would be really.
I own
you guys
Wolf of
saw
Wall Street, right? And I was watching the behind the scenes, and Martin Scorsese was there, and he was talking about how he really enjoys getting a character that is not a good person, but you can just sympathize with him and just watch him go down this dark path as you just enjoy yourself watching it for some reason.
But do we really ever sympathize with the Joker, or we are so attracted to his craziness we don't really need to sympathize
I might
with?
have misquoted him, but it was something along the lines of that.
No, I'm generally asking. It's like, we're drawn to the Joker? Why? Because he's so crazy and it's dope to watch, right?
Because
nobody's
he's a mystery. Because he's a mystery, especially with not always. Because I mean, in the other Batman movie, they showed his origin, but in Heath Ledger's version, you never really knew. It's that mystery that made you like attached to him. Like, what is he? Makes you curious.
So for the record,
I just want to see his tattoo artist.
It's not gonna be the same Joker. This is gonna be a completely new iteration. The reason I don't like I love the idea of Martin Scorsese attached to a Joker movie. I love that idea. The Joker and Harley Quinn movie can eat a dog pile of crap. But
all right,
that comes up before Flash. Just know that I'm gone. I'm done with life.
Jose,
wasn't I in the last podcast just saying that I'm so on board with DCEU? In the last podcast, I'm like, yo, I'm so on board. I love the way the Justice League trailer looked. I was so hype. But that was like 2 podcasts ago, I think I said that. But now this, and I'm just like, what is happening? And my biggest issue is that Jared Leto will be in the Suicide Squad 2, by the way. He's confirmed for that. But my biggest issue is that why are you going to have 3 Joker movies? 2 of them
literally
with Jared
at the
Leto.
same time.
2 of them with Jared Leto.
What's even more sad is that Jared Leto himself doesn't even know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, he himself said, I'm a little confused at what's going on.
So this is WB logic. You just said right now, and I agree with you. The coolest part about the Joker is the mystery. WB logic, let's make a movie that erases the mystery.
Triangle, bitch.
Yeah. Still.
No, that's WB logic.
Mm-hmm. So the biggest issue of this is it's gonna cause people to compare, and it's just gonna distract people from what really matters, which is the story of what's going on. People are like, no, he's better. No, he's better. It's going to confuse a lot of people. You got a Joker and Harley Quinn movie here, and then you can have a Joker by himself movie, but it's not the same Joker, but it's still DC, but it's what?
People couldn't watch BVS without being confused.
Yeah,
people were confused in Rogue One. So I just talked to someone the other day when watching Rogue. They told me he watched Rogue One, and he's like, "So who's playing Darth Vader? Because Darth Vader is dead. Is there somebody else in the suit?"
Oh my god! Like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Quoted them. Who do you think the new Vader is? And I'm like, oh god.
People are so dumb.
But that's the thing. You can't have two Joker movies, even though they're a year apart or 2 years apart. People are gonna get confused as to what's the real story here. That's my biggest issue.
It's kind of a similar situation to the whole Venom movie thing.
Exactly.
It's
like a good comparison.
But not even, because with Venom, it's just gonna be Venom by himself, and they'll probably.
Yeah,
it's not like it's not like there's gonna be a Spider-Man in that one and a Spider-Man in this one. Yeah. So,
but people will still make the mistake of thinking they're related and in the same.
Yeah, because there's not gonna be a Batman in that other movie and the Batman in this one.
Well, let's ask Pascal about the Venom movie again, because she knows what's going on.
Oh god damn.
Okay, listen. Any other thoughts on that?
Like, are you guys open to the notion of well, they're calling it like a standalone universe where all these other characters can now have quote unquote standalone movies? Are you guys actually receptive to that idea?
No,
we are in the know. We are in the know. We can tell the part. The general audience is not, and we don't have to sit.
But what if they took a character that wasn't on the lines of the Joker, and what if they took someone else and did a standalone movie? You mean like
how Sony is doing with Venom? So.
Similar, because some of the arguments in defense of it have been like, well, this is all what DC is all about, the quote unquote multiverse, but they're not even taking the multiverse approach. If they did that, I think that could be cool, but they're literally just.
They already have their multiverse with the TV and the movie. Now they're going to do multiple movies, which is I'm just worried about confusing people, because I know the questions are going to come up where it's like you're just in line in theater, you're going to hear people like, "Oh, what's this movie? I thought we just had a Joker movie. What's this one?" And then you guys just sit there eating your popcorn, about to throw it at them, like, pay attention.
If they did it in the style of like The Killing Joke, I think that could work really well. But
probably will be something along the line. But Martin Scorsese likes to make his own story, so who knows what it's going to be like.
Did you guys remember reading the report that they also wanted to make like a Red Sun movie?
Yeah, that was pitched a long time ago. They were looking at that.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but like. I got no idea what they're.
But if that's like a standalone story, and this Joker origin is a standalone story, do you think that could potentially work, or that is still too confusing?
No, it's too confusing and too early. Like, why are you worrying about Red Sun when Justice League didn't even come out yet?
Okay.
Because.
Just asking. I'm just
playing devil's advocate. Because the clock is 10 seconds before the game is over, and freaking Warner Brothers just throwing Hail Marys across the field, yo. They don't know.
You got this one. I got one more.
Right? They're throwing these Hail Marys, and I feel like that's what they need to do, or something different. So
because they got one with Wonder Woman, they got a Hail Mary with that one.
Absolutely, but my knee-jerk reaction is, this is absolutely a terrible idea, but on the flip side, it could be genius, right? It could actually work, and for some reason, and then they set themselves apart from Marvel. They are doing something completely different, and that's what they really need to do, because everyone's going to compare Marvel and DC no matter what. It's going to happen. But if they start doing something different and really setting themselves apart, I mean, that gives you something else to talk about, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's what they're going for.
Like, you're talking about the multiverse approach to it, right?
Correct. Yeah, maybe that's their Avengers, like not this Justice League, but that's what they're kind of teeing up. Maybe in a few years we do get that type of everything kind of comes together in this multiverse.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. I would love that, but I just don't see it. I don't know. I just can't see it happening in the future. Like this is like I hope that was like my dream. At the end, they all come together. Crisis on Infinite Earths. But I just don't see it happening.
The crazy part is, if this Joker movie comes out, we're all still gonna watch it.
Well, but that's not what we're worried about.
But I'm saying though, their point is to just get money, and people are gonna watch it, and people are gonna watch it.
Is the idea good? Yes. Is the team behind it so far looking good? Yes. Am I interested in it? Yes. But it's also a lot of confusion it's gonna cause by it, and it's just a lot of problems I could see coming up with it too as well. And also bringing origin to the Joker, an official origin. Is a scary thought. But I mean, like Gotham, the TV show has done it, and the previous Batman movie did do it, but now a movie specifically around the origin of Joker, I don't know,
How sick would it be, though, if they had, because very Scorsese stylistically is where, within Wolf of Wall Street and Goodfellas, it's basically that main person narrating the whole film, right? And everything's happening. How great would that be, though? The Joker's kind of narrating it in his own crazy, twisted way, and as it's going on, that'd be awesome. Yeah, for sure.
That'd be dope.
James, what do you got?
Yeah, I think it really could work, but I think the issue at the moment is that for the general audience, the DC isn't really developed enough for the general audience to understand exactly what's going on. If it was due to release, say after Justice League and after the DCU has been like set out a bit more and developed, and people understand what's going on, I think then it could really like.
This was the '90s. That would have been awesome.
Yeah,
I think the worst thing is that you're starting to see WB. It seems like they're scrambling, right? And it's very apparent that everyone kind of sees that they're scrambling around. Yeah, very reactionary. They're not planning it out, kind of how Marvel did do it. I'm not a fan either way. I mean, I love the films, but you can see that Marvel had a very clear set plan of a timeline of what's going to happen. And for DC, like you said, throwing up Hail Mary. So like, oh, what are we going to do? We need to have a Joker movie. We need to have a Batman movie. We need, it's like
one of the main reasons. One of the main times I've ever seen Marvel scramble, and it came across very planned too when this quote unquote scramble was when they got the ability to use Spider-Man and they threw Spider-Man into their lineup of movies. Oh, we lost Eunice for a second there. Whoops. Anyway, when they put,
I thought you were going to say after the Incredible Hulk. The first film.
When they put Spider-Man where Thor Ragnarok was, they pushed Thor Ragnarok back. They pushed and put it where Black Panther was, and everything kind of just got shoved back a little bit. Kind of throwing Spider-Man in the middle of it all. But even then, it was kind of like came across flawlessly enough. And obviously, again, like when they lost directors for like Ant-Man and stuff like that, a quick scramble, they got it, and they're always on top of it. They always got plans up for plans. And
no, Marvel is second to none when it comes to that.
When Ant-Man out of nowhere, let's say for quote unquote, I don't want to compare Ant-Man to Wonder Woman, but a movie that you would think maybe does not have anything planned for it afterwards, they have Ant-Man, it's a success enough, and then they're like, if you did good, that's great, but we're still gonna wait a while before you get your sequel because we have an idea, we have a plan that we're gonna follow. We're not just gonna shove your sequel right in the middle of it all,
Yeah, they don't have a plan to follow. That's the problem.
Man, you weren't even here for this conversation.
I'm just saying. I came in and I heard plan, WB, those two words don't go together.
Oh, man. All right. Next topic, guys. We only have like 3 left. 3 small ones. Speaking of Ant-Man, we have Evangeline Lilly as the first image of her in the Wasp suit. It looks great. Needs more yellow. But the concept Wasp suit that we saw at the post-credit scene, spoiler alert for Ant-Man, didn't have sleeves, and I never realized they put sleeves on it. At first, I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be sleeveless. That's cool." And I'm like, "That's
because it was like halfway done."
Yeah, it's not practical. So now we got a full suit. It looks great, and I can see it with the wings, and I can see the mask on. I can imagine it all, but I'm like, "Where's yellowish? It's very blue." So maybe
is this the photo in like the classroom? Is this the photo?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Referring to? Okay, yeah.
No, not Spider-Man's classroom. No.
Yeah, I mean, her arms are like bigger than my whole entire future.
Yo, you see that picture of her? She was jacked.
Yeah, she was jacked.
Yo, she went back to the island on Lost.
Damn. Oh man.
Reference back to the old days. Yo, that's when I first saw her.
Well, I've never like fully seen Watch. I think I know what you're talking about.
Really? So why'd you even laugh at my reference, man? You don't get that.
Because
reference.
I'm sure he knows what Lost is.
Just saw it with my friend.
Whatever. I finished Lost. I'm a real believer. The next topic. Shia LaBeouf is not in Indiana Jones 5 or 4. 6. What movie are we? 5. We're 5. Oh,
but he picked up the hat.
Oh no, he picked it up, but it got taken away. I remember.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of a great metaphor for like, hey, I want to be Indiana Jones. Nope. Not even cast.
I wanted them to reboot it. I didn't think they should continue the story again. Maybe
they're going to continue it. Don't make it anymore.
Man, but yes. I mean, it's Hollywood. It's funny. They're always going to do something. The thing is, if you're going to do it, I feel like a reboot should have been time. But maybe they want to do one more just to like end it on a good note, as opposed to the Crystal Skulls, which was just trash.
That's why I'm so hyped for the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland, because that has potential to actually. Say that Indiana Jones was dope for his time, but now we have something brand new, and it could be potentially the first video game movie that isn't trash either.
Also, don't sleep on Tomb Raider is looking sick, just with the BTS photos.
Oh, I love her. All right, so Last topic we have for today was going to be Hellboy. We got two new images, and a lot of the issues with casting that's been going around. The two images look great. We have a first look at David Harbour as Hellboy himself.
Is this CGI?
No, it's practical.
His body? It's practical?
I don't know if it's actually him,
What do you mean?
Really? Because, I mean, just looking at his photos, like, he doesn't look that big, because he is freaking huge in that photo.
Yeah, he is. He's jacked out of his mind. Was that really Ron Perlman too?
No.
In the other one, yes, it was Ron Perlman.
That was his body.
Oh,
that was a suit, probably like a prosthetics, but that was his face. That was him,
But it wasn't like his abs, though.
No, it wasn't his abs.
It was prosthetics and stuff
look at
like
his
that.
pictures too. You look at his arms, and they're looking kind of small, and it's kind of funny seeing like the difference because Hellboy now is jacked out of his mind, right? And you look at him, and he's like, "Hey, they look exactly the same." But you look at him, Ron Perlman back then, you're like, "No, not at all."
Like you see Ron Perlman, and it's like literally just all red. You can't see like no veins, no nothing. Like you can tell it's practical, not practical. You can tell like it's fake or something like that.
It's a suit. It's prosthetics. Here, like you see this, you can see the skin on him and all that.
Yeah.
So
that's what
I mean,
like
that's just how movie effects have changed over the years, you know.
So Harbour didn't get that jacked, right? Because
I don't know. I thought it was just him and paint and maybe some prosthetics and all that, but now you're saying it's not him, it's CGI. Now I never even realized it could be CGI.
Like the muscles look real enough for it to give you the illusion.
Maybe it's prosthetics, it's him, and it's CGI. It's all three. You can't even tell nowadays.
Yeah,
it probably is all three. Speaking of CGI, that CGI suit in Civil War, though, James, what's going on with that? I'm messing with you. Listen, what's up with the casting now? We had Ed Skrein was cast as a certain character from the movie, from the comics, for the Hellboy movie. He got the role. It was announced, and then he got tons of flack for it because it's an Asian character, and then he didn't realize that, so he actually resigned from the movie. He made a public statement saying that he was not aware of the character's heritage, that he wants to make sure that different heritages and races are provided or shown in Hollywood more and more. So he's actually backing away from the character, and then they actually cast Daniels
Dae Kim
from Lost. Another Lost reference. That's my life goal, to make a Lost reference every single day of my life. But he's from Lost, and he's also Hawaii 5-0 as well, and then probably some.
And like I don't know why I just got hooked onto that show. I like it's just like a regular cop show, but like I loved it, and Hawaii he's 5-0. Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't speak a lick of English in Lost.
Oh really? Because he speaks perfect in Hawaii 5-0.
It's called acting, my friend.
Oh really?
Yeah. So now we actually have an official casting of an Asian person for this Asian character role for Hellboy. And the studio, what did they say exactly? They gave the most political answer. They were just not trying to offend anybody. They were just trying to cast appropriately for what the role they had planned, how they're going to use them, blah, 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 blah. They screwed up. Yeah. But a lot of people have been like really rallying to his side. Some people obviously are going to hate him, like, dude, it doesn't matter, stop trying to be sensitive, whatever. And then a lot of people have been rallying to him, saying like, you did such a good thing for this, really showing Hollywood to bring more ethnic people to the forefront of movies and stuff like that. I never was really too sensitive about that kind of stuff, but I can start to see a problem too as well. So I'm gonna give it off to Keith. You're the most ethnic person here. Was that racist?
Why is that?
Wow.
Racist. All PewDiePie.
Hey man, attack the Indian guy. I see how this is going. All right.
Well, it's you or the Middle Eastern guy with Eunice here, so I got to choose.
I'm 15. I do not know anything.
There you go. So that leaves you, Keith.
Jon Snow.
All right, what was the question?
I don't remember.
Perfect. All right, James. Thank you.
How do I feel about ethnicity in movies?
Or Ed specifically backing out of the movie to give more other races a chance to be properly shown in film. Crickets.
I'm thinking how to say this because I don't want to say something.
Please, no, it's the internet. I'm sure nothing's gonna go wrong when you talk about race.
That's true. The internet always interprets everything in the most positive light.
Exactly. Go ahead. You go first.
I mean, I understand both sides of the argument. Like the older I've gotten, I'm trying to step out and really approach arguments and try to realize where everyone's coming from. The first argument that you should cast whoever's best fit for the role, that totally makes sense to me. Like I wouldn't want to be given a job just because I'm Indian or I'm a different race. If I get a job, I want to feel like, yo, I'm meant to have this job where I earned it or whatever. At the same time, it's really frustrating, I guess, to an extent, just seeing certain races of actors in particular roles over and over again. Like Iron Fist earlier this year was a great example. You know, like that would have been a great opportunity for Marvel in that situation to really change up the landscape moving forward. And I think that's why obviously
even though Iron Fist was not good, I have to cut you off. He is a white character in the comics. That does not count.
Of course it counts.
If you want to use some references, you could use Ghost in the Shell or Doctor Strange with the Chosen One or whatever whatever.
Or Death Note. Or Death Note.
Oh my god. Well, you know what? You can't even count Death Note because there already was a Japanese live action movie. So now they're just doing an American version. So
yeah, but Deadshot is also white in the comics, and he was black in Suicide Squad with Will Smith. So, I mean, you can make those changes, but I feel like, you know, it's always going to be a slippery slope. You're always going to either offend somebody or somebody's just going to be like, well, they're just forcing, quote unquote, the diversity into these movies. But I mean,
exactly. So it's like you never win.
You never win.
You start casting, and you have an Indian role, so you're casting an Indian person. Is that being racist towards the other races, right? Like because it's weird, right? If you're the way you look at it, no matter what you do, it's kind of hard.
Like with Indian roles in Hollywood, our Indian roles are often reduced to either we own a fucking 7-Eleven or we're like really nerdy and into computer science and shit like that. So,
well, you know, just had that romantic comedy that was.
I'd love to see a white guy own a 7-Eleven. I think that'd be really dope.
They just had a romantic comedy that came out with those Indian people. That came out in the box office.
I heard that was okay.
Which one?
I forgot what it was called.
I literally don't know.
Oh.
The Big Sick.
It was okay.
The Big Sick? Is it The Big Sick?
I think it's called, yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm going to find out right now.
Once I find a woman to hang out with me, I'll go check it out. Let's go with...
What do you guys think?
Eunice, you're next.
Eunice.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm all for ethnic roles. So, like, if a character is of another ethnicity, I like casting a white person. I mean, this is a very topic. I don't know. I don't know how I approach it.
That's why it's the last topic.
Damn.
James, what do you got for this topic?
Yeah. Skip me.
Okay, I can understand. I think whitewashing is a problem. I don't think it's incredibly a bad thing, but I can understand when people. Hang on. I don't mean it's a really really bad thing.
Remember, whatever you say will affect your cousin's career.
Okay, I need to phrase this properly. Okay, I can understand. People obviously of different ethnicities want to see their ethnicity represented on the big screen, and that can obviously be frustrating if that's changed or whitewashed or whatever. So yeah, no, it definitely is important, and I think although like you said before, the priority is making sure that the right actor is casted for the role. The correct you can't cast based on race over acting over the right actor and quality. But once again, I think it is important to reserve it. And if you do change it, I mean, you're already putting like a bad taste in people's mouths for the film, like preemptively before the film's even like been released. So that was like with Death Note. So I think while it is good to change things from time to time, I think it is important to stick with the original ethnicities of each character.
There you go. See?
Like, I wanted to ask you guys this question. Let's say now moving forward, they start putting out more comic book characters that are of different diversities. Do you think they'd ever become iconic in today's age, or do you think people are just so? Do you guys think so? Like Miles Morales is a good example, right?
I was thinking about Miss Marvel with she's
Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
I could see that. You know, like I could see. Look at Iron Man. That was not a household name. Captain America, Thor. Out of nowhere, Hulk was big. So was Wolverine, and so was Spider-Man. But like Captain America and Thor, none of them. And now they're a big name too. Obviously, they're all white. I'm just saying. But like you can start doing that with more characters slowly. Black Panther. I'm hearing people. I went to go see Wonder Woman, and people behind me were talking about Black Panther and how excited they are to go see that. So you can do this. You can get more and more ethnic roles.
Remember last summer when the new Iron Man was I forget the name of.
Yeah, I know.
In the comics.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Iron
Riri
Heart,
Williams.
whatever. Yeah.
No, there's a female Iron Man in the comics called Riri
Yeah.
Williams.
Young black girl named Kiki or Kiri. Riri.
Alright, yeah.
Okay. So it takes time. We'll see how things. The world is changing as we all know it. So.
Yeah, I want to go back to what James said though, because for me, what he said I gotta throw everything out there because basically every British actor has taken an American actor's spot, right? It's ridiculous.
True.
It's like every person that who's watching, they have American accents, and then watching the interview and they're British, and I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, to go back to that about that particular role at Hellboy. This is where, and you can tell me to shut up because I'm a white boy and I don't know anything about this, but...
hey, I do want to say this. The white people get thrown under the bus way too often. I kind of feel bad for white
Slavery!
people. Like, you guys are now the scapegoats for everything that goes wrong in the world.
Yeah, right. But this is what I'm going to say, though. The particular actor who was cast, right, he is of Korean descent, correct?
Yeah.
And the character who he's portraying is supposed to be Japanese. So my question is this where the kind of hypocrisy comes in, where any Asian will do, or it's like,
yeah, you're right. Wow.
Everyone's like super excited, like, oh yeah, the cast. I'm like, well, he's not even Japanese. So like, where is the real issue? Just because he looks a certain way, or what? The whole thing was them correctly representing that person's ethnicity and that background, which is apparently a little bit important to the story of that particular character when you wanted to have a particular actor from that race.
Wow,
that's the only
I realized
question.
He was Korean. You're right. Oh my gosh, he was Korean. He was Korean in Lost also. He spoke Korean.
I definitely think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, like
a little misguided step with that Korean Japanese.
Princess Jasmine. Like, what is it called? Naomi Scott. She's Indian. And Princess Jasmine is Arabian.
Correct.
So, like James said, it's a step in the right direction. It's better than just casting, I guess, a total white person for this Arabian role. But, like...
And how far does it go? Yeah. Because Gamora is an alien, but they cast a Dominican girl.
Alright, it's Gamora. And, alright, we cast an alien then. Perfect.
This is all right.
Save alien.
Illegally, because Dominican Republic. Anyway, quick shout out to the guy at Domino's who recognized me. All right, he lives the Domino's is like 2 minutes from my house. They know where I live. I'm scared. But quick
what did he say? What did he say?
Quick story, I guess. Time. I went to Domino's to just get a pizza for myself because I'm fat.
Wait, you went to Domino's to get pizza?
No way. Spoiler alert,
bro.
Well, no, they got those new bread rolls, so maybe I went to go get those.
Yo, have you seen their new locations? They got places to sit. They have like a full-on restaurant. But I don't know if it's like the renovated one or not.
Wait, Domino's in America sell pizza?
All right, continue your story. I won't.
And then I have the audiobook for it, so I'm listening to it, and I took one headphone out and I ordered my pizza, and the guys were looking at me weird, so I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I live my life. I was wearing sweatpants and I was wearing a Flash T-shirt, and
wow!
And I just go and I sit down. And it takes about 10 minutes. I'm just sitting there listening to my audiobook, and every now and then I would look up, and the guy would just walk by and keep looking at me, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I feel like he keeps trying to talk to me, so I keep taking my headphones out and looking over, and then he just walks away. So I look back again, and he's holding my pizza, so I get it and I walk out the door. I start backing out of the parking lot, and he comes outside. And he's just standing outside, just standing and staring as I'm backing out. So I take my headphone out, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like just kind of like, what? And then he just kind of like gently moves his hand to kind of wave. So I put my window down, and I pull up next to him, and he's like, "Do you have an Instagram account?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Nerdy Hero," and I'm like, "Yo, what up?" Just kind of went like that. And then he came up to my window and goes, "Yo, I can't believe you're actually here. Oh, man, I follow you for a while." And then this is the part that kind of bugged me. He goes, "I found you through World of Flash or Eunice." And I'm like,
hey, quick round of applause. He made it. Domino's guy, I recognize him. Nerdy's here.
Yo, I'm telling you, your story's not worse than mine with the meeting thing.
I was in downtown Disney like 2 weeks ago. Or like a month ago, and some kid came up to me and said, "Hey, aren't you the guy from those Q&As?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I love your Q&As, dude. They're just so funny.
Yeah, that's I know. I know. Please go on.
Eunice, you got a story
stop,
about
please.
meeting somebody?
I mean,
No, he's not popular.
I was at my job and I was literally flipping patties. Like, it was really weird.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Hey, at least you got a free pizza plug. Just go use your Insta fame for your free Domino's pizza.
Shout out to Domino's, dude. All right. So
I'll
that's
give
gonna
you
be
a
the end
shout
of the podcast, guys. I have to end this. It was a lot of fun. We ended up telling some nice, funny stories.
Hey, thank you for having us.
No, not you, James. I want to say thank you for you joining us. It was fun having you. Maybe you can join again some other time.
Yeah.
You can bring a certain cousin along too, maybe.
I had a great time. Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
So I'm gonna have everybody sign off. Joseph, where can people find you?
At Marvelous Jokes on Instagram. Nowhere else.
And Keith, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at world_of_flash_. I'll be taking over his account. He's decided to retire from Instagram and give me all his followers.
Yo, that whole retire thing going around, we were all being messaged to start doing it at the same time, and I was decided not to do it. That little prank on Eunice to say he was retiring.
You guys can find me at the Nice Guy Cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Eunice, where can people find you?
World of Flash on Instagram, Twitter, and Unity on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Unity.
Yeah, dang it. Sean, where can people find you?
Shut up.
Yeah, you can find me on. God damn it.
Go ahead, say it.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's updates in cinema V2.0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. And James, where can people find you on Instagram and social media all over?
I'm only on Instagram. You can find me at Tom Holland's cousin. I post yeah.
Oh man. And you can follow me on my new Instagram account, The Real Nerdy Hero, before I get taken down again for the 4th time. And that's going to be the end of the podcast, guys. Thank you for everybody for joining. And as always, remember, keep it nerdy. What's up, everybody? It's me, the Nerdy Hero. Just reminding you guys to check out tpublic.com so you can check out all my latest Nerdy Hero shirts and gear, as well as to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can check out my latest videos. And always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy.